Hey everyone, welcome back to Coinology. Today we're going to be discussing the Antminer L3. This is my machine currently running. As you can see, this machine is very quiet. These Noctua fans do an awesome job. They're almost silent. The power supply actually makes a little bit more noise. I'll kind of discuss some different ways to actually get that quieter. So what I wanted to go over today was the Antminer L3 Plus. Where to actually purchase one, what are some things that you're going to need to prepare for, what you're going to need to buy for it, what the technical side kind of looks like. This is an excellent entry-level miner, and I would fully recommend this miner first before getting into any other kind of mining. Once you kind of master this, you can master just about any other miner. So to start off looking at the Antminer L3's profitability in its stock state, how it comes out of the box. So as far as profitability, this machine does 504 megahash at 800 watts, which gives you an efficiency of 1.587. And what that basically means is at current 10-cent kilowatt rates, this machine is going to make $1 a day. It's going to lose $1.73 a day. So you're going to be losing 75 cents a day. Now, as I go through this bit of information, this piece of information, I'm going to show you how to get these watts down very easily with software down to about 680 at 504 watts. So that's going to drop you down even lower. Keep in mind, with 97 cents a day, if Dogecoin and Litecoin go up, they do a 10x, a 20x, a 30x, 50, even 100x, you're going to see this go up, on a 20x to $20. You're going to see the profitability go up a lot. This is the time to buy your miners. Now, as far as if you're going to be buying an Antminer L3, that's up to you. This is not financial advice. This is more of, I want to get into mining. I want to learn more about the Antminer L3. I want some more information. That's what I'm here for. So now you know the numbers. Looking over at where to actually buy an Antminer, if you go on the internet, they go for about $300 to $500. Now, as far as going to something like eBay, we'll head over there right now. You are buying from people that are untrusted. Now, you don't know if these machines have been in, some sort of warehouse and have never, been cleaned. You don't know what kind of maintenance have been on them. You don't know how long they've been running. You don't know, you could essentially purchase an Antminer, take it home, and find out that, okay, well, the thing just doesn't run well. There's something wrong with it. So looking over at the buy it nows on eBay, the lowest buy it now that I'm actually seeing is also going to be about, I think it was about $300. Okay, here's one for $300. Here's one for $189. Now, you don't know what kind of condition these machines are in. You don't know what's happened with them. Right now, shameless self-promotion, I will be selling an Antminer L3 on my Mercari store. I'll be posting it today. And that Antminer L3 is going to be upgraded to completely silent fans. It's going to come with a PSU holder. It's going to come with the power supply. And it's already going to come with the Hivon ASIC software on it that I'm going to show you in this video so that you don't need to do anything to it. It's ready to go out of the box, and you can be assured that I have tested this machine and that it runs well. If that's something that you're interested in, down below in the description, I will have my Mercari store, and that's where it's going to be listed. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Antminer. let me show you what the modifications that I do to every Antminer L3 are, and then we'll jump into the software side. Along the way, if you have any questions whatsoever, please put them in the comments. I would love to answer them for you. Okay, so we have the Antminer L3. It's sitting here with our new Noctua fans. And with these Noctua fans, this is a really cheap and easy upgrade to be able to run these miners with almost no noise. Something you should know is these stock fans, they use more power and they also make a lot of noise. Your neighbors are not gonna like that. So you're gonna need to get rid of these for sure. Also, the fan grills, I don't know if much debris is gonna get into these fans. I never have really experienced that. But something I do know is these fan grills actually create more noise. So I do actually take them off. Now, as far as the Antminer, all I've done since I've received it was go ahead and I opened, obviously when I took the fans off, I checked inside to see how dusty it was. This machine was not that dusty, so I really didn't need to worry about cleaning inside. I went ahead and just plugged in my, my Noctua fans. I checked these cables. These data cables, if you do have any hash boards go down, this could be the reason why. These hash boards are very sensitive to these cables, and you can buy these cables pretty cheaply. I believe they're about $15 to $20 for a new set. But replace these if your Antminer boards or chips are not showing up. So basically we've looked over the Antminer, we've made sure that it's clean inside, the cables are good. We've gone ahead and plugged in our Noctua fans. We've checked the boards. These boards, the actual chipsets look fine. There's no, they're not fried, they're not browning. Everything looks good here. This machine is good to go. Now, some other things that you're gonna have to think about are one of these potentially. So this is actually a PSU holder. So the way that this works, and I got this on eBay, you can get them on Amazon, a couple different places. Basically, it just goes on top of the Antminer like this. And now you can set a PSU up here, up and out of the way, not on the side, not around. It just kind of cleans up the machine in itself. Additionally, you're definitely going to need a power supply. Out of all the power supplies I've tested, and I have tried PC ATX power supplies, I have found that these I've also tried the server power supplies with the breakout boards. Hands down, these give you the best, or the lowest watts, I should say, based upon the overclock that you're using. This particular one is going to be an APW3, and it's made by Bitmain. You're gonna definitely need one of these. They're probably like $30 to $80. Another little modification I like to do is taking off the fan grill on these. And the reason why is because it quiets them down a little bit. These aren't overly loud like regular server power supplies, but you can make them actually silent. There is a Noctua fan upgrade that you can do to these. Me personally, I don't like to take these apart. I personally don't want to get shocked by a capacitor. I do not recommend that you take these apart, as you can get shocked, and it's a pretty strong current that you can take through your arm or through your heart. You don't want that. So I'm not going to touch this thing. I just took the fan grill off, and that is it. Let's go ahead into the software side and see how we're going to add this machine to a pool, how we are going to overclock it, and how we're going to go ahead and get the software on there that we need. So as far as modifications that I'm going to do to the firmware of every L3 Plus or Plus Plus that I purchase, I actually always go with Hivon's software. And the reason why is because I have tried a few different programs, from the stock Bitmain software to Brains OS, to a bunch of different ones. And as far as I'm concerned, the Hivon one gives me the most ability to underclock or overclock my machine and give me the best efficiency. So in order to actually run the Hivon ASIC software on your computer, and you can actually do this, you can actually run this within the HiveOS web or phone GUI, or you can just run it like me, and I personally just have this on a IP address. So I go ahead and type in my IP address, just like every single ASIC miner. And once I log in, I have my Hivon software that I can access here, as you can see. So once we go into upgrade, this is how you are going to add the Hivon software into your Antminer L3 or any other software that you want to utilize. So basically all you do is choose the file and flash the image. That's all you have to do. Some Antminer L3s and L3++s I have found are a little bit finicky, and I find that it's actually better to download the software onto an SSD drive. Excuse me, not an SSD drive, an SD card, a micro SD, and then plug it into the machine, essentially forcing the firmware onto the Antminer L3. The way that you do this is if you go over to Hivon's website and you just Google Hivon L3+, it'll come up. But basically, they have a page explaining how to install the software, as well as using the SD card version or the regular software version. So they have all this information. They have the file. You can click this file. It'll come up. It should look something like this. As you can see different efficiencies and things like that. You have the web upgrade package, and what that is for the actual Antminer L3 flashing image. That's for that. If that doesn't work and gives you an error, all you're going to have to do is purchase, you can go to Target or Walmart or whatever, purchase a micro SD card. You're going to have to purchase some kind of a reader, and basically you're going to add this SD card file to the micro SD card. Then when you turn your Antminer L3 on, it'll automatically have the software loaded. So once you're actually in the Antminer software, you do have a couple of things that you can actually do with this Antminer, a couple different modifications and things like that. Something I like to go into initially is the miner configuration. With the miner configuration, that is where you are going to set up your pool. And how you do that is your URL. And every single mining pool is going to have some kind of URL. Now, as far as what pool to use, that's going to be up to you. Now, personally for me, all of my script mining, and what that is essentially is Dogecoin, Litecoin merge mining, that is all going to be done through F2 pool, at least for me. I find that they're pretty seamless. It's easy to use. I get my payouts quickly, and then it ends up in my web wallets very quickly as well. Now, right now, I'm not too keen on mining Litecoin. I am enjoying mining Dogecoin by itself. So another option for, instead of something like F2 pool where you can only script or dual mine, you can go over to Unminable, and they have a whole selection of coins that you can mine. This makes it great for first-time miners to start building bags of any coins that they actually like. So like for instance, I want to only mine Dogecoin. So I'm going to select Dogecoin. Now what I do is I select the script algorithm and I'm ready to go. Down here, it's going to give me my URL. This is my URL, script.unminable.com. And then the port I'm going to use is going to be 3333. So when I come over here to my ASIC miner web GUI, you see script.unminable.com, semicolon 3333. The URL is set. Now down here at the worker, if you come back over here to what they say, you're going to put Doge, semicolon, your Doge address. So that's going to be your actual wallet address, dot your worker name. And what the worker name is basically what you want it to show up as on the mining pool. So like for me, I just put something like L3 plus or L3 plus plus. So once you have that all squared away, you can go over here to your worker and put in that Doge, semicolon, your address, dot, and then for me, I put L3. Your password is just going to be a lowercase x. And then as you can see down here, you can repeat these or you can actually put in different TCP ports just in case that just in case 3333 doesn't work. You could enter a different port down here and they're all listed on Unminable. So you could put 13333 or 80 instead. So I could have essentially switch these out to that 13333 or 80. And what will happen is if this ever goes down, then they have two more options. I just didn't do that. Now moving down, something that you can add is that you can stop running when basically the chip temperature is over 80 Celsius. You can select that if you like. I've found on some of the higher overclocks where you just go slightly over 80, you will shut down your machine, obviously. And you want to get to that overclock point, you won't be able to reach it. So I currently have that turned off just for some testing. Right here, you can go ahead and set your fan speed. I like to set the fan speed rather than the miner deciding that for me. In this case, I'm running some Noctua fans. So what I've done is actually set this to 100%. I like to restart when the hash rate is low, and the reason why is if it overheats, the hash rate will start to get low, and basically this will help me shut down, whereas this setting is going to shut down at a lower temperature. If you get a higher number of errors, you can select this to actually shut down. And then finally, if you are going to be running immersion, probably not, but if you're going to be running something like a Noctua fan, which is just a straight plug and play, you can literally just plug that fan in and go, the Antminer is not going to recognize it as a Antminer fan, and it's going to reject it and shut your machine off. So what you're going to do is you're going to select this fan check, turn off the fan check essentially, and basically that's going to allow you to run the Noctua fans. You will not be able to run the Noctua fans if you do not select this. Coming over to advanced settings, here you can actually manually select the frequency, manually select the ASIC voltage. And that's important because everybody uses different power supplies. You have different air temperatures and things like that. So you need to find out what efficiency settings are best for you. There's different silicon lottery between the different chips in the boards. And if you go ahead and just run the stock settings that are on Hivon, if you just run these, you're not going to get the best efficiency. So for me, I've tested quite a few things. If you want to know what I feel like are the best settings, you can go ahead and message me if you buy an Antminer L3 and I can help you out. But currently for testing right now, I'm running at 400 on the frequency, 9.32 on the ASIC voltage. And what we can do is go over here to miner status. And we can see I'm running at 524 mega hash. I have about 130 to 131 mega hash per actual card. I have pretty minimal hardware errors. We'll let this load again. And my overall watts are only 688. And that is on a 120 volt circuit. Keep that in mind. And I'm running at a 1.32 watt to mega hash range. So it's semi pretty efficient. And I would personally say that as far as testing different miners, this machine in this state is actually running more efficient than a mini Doge gold shell miner. Don't get it mixed up with the mini Doge Pro. Those run just a little bit more efficient than these miners. But for somebody that wants to get into crypto mining, don't go out and buy a mini Doge miner. They're very expensive for what they are, and it's almost just a glorified, fun item for your desk. This is a real miner, and this miner is going to do about 4 times almost what those mini Doge miners do, and for literally a fraction of the cost. I purchased this Antminer L3, for instance, for about $90 shipped on eBay. The power supply is going to cost you a little bit more, probably anywhere between $30 and $80, depending on which one you run. But I hope that this helps you out. I hope it gets you started. Please let me know if you have any questions at all, if you have questions about mining pools, if you have questions about overclocks, if you have questions about setup, just purely plugging the thing in. Go ahead and send me a message on YouTube, preferably on this video or something more recent, and I will do my absolute best to help you out. Additionally, if you go over to my Mercari store, I will be selling an Antminer L3 that is actually already upgraded to the Hive-On software that already has Noctua fans. And so it's ready to go, essentially. So I'll be selling one of those. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I super appreciate it. And we'll go ahead and see you on the next one. Have a great day.